Hey Lance, are you there? I was just curious as to whether or not you had already finished working. You remember telling me that you said you weren't going to be coming home late today, right?
Oh, hey Francine. Yeah, don't worry. I'm almost done with work here. I promise you that I won't be late today, okay?
Got it. I'll take your word on that. Just remember, no making little stops along the way either, right? Just come straight home. After all, dinner tonight was made by our very own Daphne.
Hold on a second. You're telling me that Daphne made dinner tonight?
I know! Isn't it just amazing? I'm so proud of her.
I see. Well, what did she end up cooking? What are you going to be having for dinner?
She made potato salad and is roasting some chicken breasts in the oven right now. I told her that if she was going to be cutting and baking things, that I would at least have to be in the kitchen to watch her, of course. But aside from stand there and make sure there were no injuries, she did it all by herself.
Wow. Well, that really is something then, isn't it? I mean, our little daughter cooking her family dinner all by herself. Who would have thought?
I know, our little girl really is amazing. I've just been so proud of her lately. She's always doing her best to be so helpful around the house and help out in any way that she can. And when she gets home from school, she puts away the clean laundry that I leave out right away. She even helps me clean the bathroom sometimes, though I tell her she can't do the bits that involve scrubbing with bleach.
Well, that's good that you have someone around the house that you can count on to help you while you get bigger.
I know, but the thing is that I haven't even had to ask her to do anything at all. But I guess she must know something about what happens when a woman gets pregnant. At least that they get bigger and bigger. So I've just been thankful to have the extra hands around the house.
I think Daphne would make a really good big sister, don't you? But you know, they do say that when a kid gets a little sibling, that they do take on some parental roles and try to copy more of what they see their parents doing. I think that Daphne is probably going to be doing something similar after we have this kid.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. I can see it happening for sure. But I guess that's what happens when you get a new brother or sister. The way you think about being there for others changes.
That's true. And I guess you do hear that only children tend to be a little spoiled because they get all of the attention from their parents. So I guess as long as in the meantime we don't do anything like that, there shouldn't be anything to worry about really, yeah? Either way, I think that this is going to be a great chance for our daughter to grow up and take on some more responsibility.
And to think that all these changes in our daughter took place just over the last few months. I mean, she never throws tantrums, and I've had to talk with her about her behavior much less often now. I really am feeling much better about having this next child, knowing that I can count on Daphne to help.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of, I mean to ask when you think you were going to go back to your parents' house to have a baby. You did the same thing when we had Daphne, right? So I assumed you were going to do it for this time as well.
You're right that I did go back to my parents to have Daphne, but now I'm really wondering if I need to go back to them this time. I mean, I think with Daphne it was more to do with the fact that she was my first daughter. But then again, it would be good to have adults around to help me after I have this baby. We both know how busy of a time it was the last time that we had a newborn.
Yeah, I don't think we got sleep for months after Daphne was born. It certainly wasn't easy, I'll say that much.
Yeah, it really wasn't. Maybe I should try and do this at my parents' after all. I mean, spending a month with them couldn't hurt. I guess that means that you and Daphne would have to get along without me though, isn't that right?
Yeah, sounds like we really don't have much of a choice now, does it? But I know that we'll do our best without you. Although I would be lying if I said that I wasn't just a little bit nervous.
I knew that you would be just a little worried at the least.
Well, you know me. I just don't know how to take care of the house the way you and I guess now Daphne do. So yeah, I guess you could say that I'm a little worried.
I know, but you really don't need to keep the house spotless. Just do what you can and I'm sure it'll be fine. If you really start getting desperate though, you can always just keep asking Daphne for some help around the house, okay?
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I just don't know how it would look to rely so much on my daughter for help cleaning the house. I remember when you went away to your parents the first time that it was pretty easy for me. But now I'll have Daphne around here, so I guess things are going to be just a little bit different this time. I guess I won't just be able to get away with wearing the same clothes from yesterday and cooking really easy stuff for myself all the time.
Yeah, I mean, maybe don't do that with our young daughter around the house. But who knows? Maybe she'll want to help you with the laundry and the cooking. You never know.
Well, I just worry that by the time you come back to the house, Daphne will be running things and I won't have anything to do.
You know, if you're really that worried about it, I could always just stay here and have the baby in town. I know that my going away would probably be pretty hard on Daphne as well.
Right. But even after you do have the baby, you're going to need to keep still and rest for a while, won't you?
Well, it is what happened last time. But either way, I just don't think I'll be much use around the house right after I have this baby.
Well, in that case, maybe I should just go back to my parents in the meantime as well.
Wait, what? You mean that while I would be at my parents' waiting to give birth, that you would go to yours until I get back home?
Exactly. Then, nothing would really have to be done at the house, and when we come back, things would be just as we left them.
Well, I guess that's one option for you, but are you really sure that your parents would go along with that?
I think they'd probably be fine with it. I mean, I could still get to work from my parents' place pretty easily. Not to mention the fact that if we were staying with them, they could help with all kinds of things when it comes to taking care of Daphne. Although, I guess her school is just a bit farther from their house though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think that Daphne wouldn't have that much longer before her summer break was going to start anyways.
Then I guess the timing of it all really wouldn't be so bad after all. Okay then. I guess that basically seals it. I'll go to my parents' house while you go to yours, and then everything should be just fine.
Well, okay. If that's what you want to do, then I won't stop you. But just please tell your parents how thankful we are for hosting you two.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure to do just that. I think I'll text her right now, actually.
Hey there, Lance. How are things going? How have you been? Are things going well at your parents' house?
Hey there, Francine. Yeah, things are going great. Thanks for asking. Even Daphne is really enjoying herself. How are things for you? I hope that you hadn't been too bored without us. Are your parents doing okay?
Yeah, everyone here is doing just fine. Thank you for asking.
Perfect. And what about the baby? How is he doing? Is everything okay with him?
He's doing just fine. But basically all he does all day is drink milk and cry, if I'm being honest. And man, this little guy can really cry. I think he must have had a lot of pent-up emotion being inside me all that time. It must feel good to get it all out.
Well, as long as our little guy is healthy, that's all that really matters to me. But I remember that Daphne was really, really quiet when we took her home, remember? I guess this is kind of new for us then.
Yeah, I suppose you're right about that. It's been so long since we had Daphne, I forgot what it was like to have a little baby again. Oh, he really is a cutie. I wish that you both could have been here when I had him. I'm so excited for Daphne to meet her new little brother.
And me. I want to meet the little fella too, you know? We're both so excited and talk about getting to meet the newest member of our family all the time. We look at the pictures that you sent us so often as well.
Do you really? Aw. Well, now that I know that, I'll be sure to send you even more photos then. You know, I was also worried about Daphne, though. Has she been okay living out there with you and your parents?
I think that she gets a little bored only having us to hang out with from time to time. But she isn't throwing any kinds of fits or crying about it. And I think she's gotten really good at finding ways to keep herself entertained ever since we arrived here.
I see. Wow, I really am just so proud of her. I really was worried that being this far away from home for so long was really going to affect her. But I guess this must mean that she's really ready to take on the role of being an older sister now, don't you think?
I know it's a bit cliche, but they really do grow up so fast, and our little girl is no exception at all. If anything, being here has been the hardest on me. I really miss you, and I can't wait to meet our new child.
Well, don't worry. I certainly feel the same way. I miss you all so much, and I can't wait to see you both. I was thinking that maybe you two could come over and see me here at my parents' house next weekend.
I think I already have something scheduled for this weekend, unfortunately. Actually, my parents have a little vacation planned, if I'm being honest.
Oh, really? And just where were they thinking of going on this little vacation of theirs?
I think they were going to try and go to Hawaii and hit up a few of the islands over there.
Oh, wow! That'll be so exciting! What an amazing trip!
Yeah, they are really excited for this trip. I know that they've always talked about wanting to go at least once. And since Daphne and I were here, they asked us if we would like to go along with them as well.
So you're all going to get to go together? That really is great for you all. I would be lying if I said I wasn't jealous.
I know, but I really am sorry that that's what we'll be busy doing while you're at your parents' house. Promise that when you get back, we'll find something for us to do as well.
Well, I'm not really in any rush to pack up my bags and go traveling around anywhere right now. I would much rather relax and concentrate on the baby. So I have no problem actually being stuck here while you all go do this. Make sure to have lots and lots of fun for me, though.
Of course, but I'll be honest, I probably won't be able to help feeling bad about leaving you out of this. We'll really miss you, Francine.
I promise you that I'll be just fine. And besides, it's Daphne's summer break. She shouldn't spend all of that time just with her grandparents. It'll be good for you and her to make some good summer memories together. Besides, it's not like I can even go on a flight right now with this newborn. So I think it's great that you two are going out and not letting us slow you down.
You never do anything of the sort, my dear. But anyways, I'll make sure we have enough fun for everyone.
That's great, Lance. Tell Daphne that I miss her and can't wait to see her, okay? Hey there, sweetie. How's it going? I hope that you and your dad are enjoying your little vacation together.
Mom, it's been so long since I've heard from you.
I know. I really am so sorry that I can't be there for you right now. When I heard you were all taking this trip together, I really did wish that I could go. But surely you must be having enough fun with your grandparents and dad to make up for that, right? Anyways, I just wanted to make sure that you were okay and enjoying your vacation.
But I didn't even go on the trip.
Wait, what? What do you mean you didn't go on the trip? Did you all end up not going or canceling or something? Did something bad happen?
No. I mean that they all left me here and went to go on the trip by themselves. Even Dad isn't here.
Sorry, let me just try and get this straight then. You're telling me that you're all alone at your grandma's house right now? I don't understand. Why would they leave you like that?
Well, they said that I wasn't really part of the family, so it would be my job to watch over the house.
They said you weren't part of the family? Are you sure they weren't talking about me?
Well, Grandma has been saying all kinds of really mean things about you ever since Dad and I got here. And to be honest, Grandma has been bullying me too. She told me that I look like you and she keeps calling me stupid. I don't get what's going on though. Why doesn't Grandma like you, Mom?
I really don't know at all. I mean, I never really thought that we didn't get along or anything like that.
Well, you should tell Grandma that because I don't think she knows that yet. I don't know about Grandpa so much. But Grandma has been saying really mean things about you and I, that's for sure. I just don't say anything and listen to her. But I don't like what she says one bit.
So it is true that your grandmother and I aren't the closest of people. We do have a history of butting heads. But I still don't understand why she thinks that makes it okay to be mean to you. I'm so sorry that you've had to go through all this, Daphne. This must be so hard on you.
Well, it did make me pretty sad, yeah. But I didn't cry. I promise. But the reason I didn't cry is because Grandma always laughs at me whenever I do.
So that's why you've been holding everything in? I'm so sorry you've been through this, dear. Why didn't you reach out to me and say anything? I would have loved to know about this sooner.
Well, I couldn't reach out to you. You just had a baby. I just didn't want to worry you with things that were going on all the way over here. It's only been a month since we left anyways.
I know, but you should know that you don't have to take being treated like that.
But I'm going to be a big sister from now on, right? It's important for me to know how to be patient and let nothing get to me.
Daphne, you are going to be a brilliant older sister, and I have no doubts about that. But you are also a kid, and you don't deserve what's happening.
You know, Dad even told me not to tell you that they had left me here to watch the house.
You're kidding me. He really told you not to tell me about that? I would have thought that he would have stood up for you and tried to help you.
No, he never does anything like that. And whenever Grandma would make fun of me, Dad would just laugh along with her. So I never said anything to Dad because I knew that he wouldn't have done anything for me anyways. Then I thought that this was bullying too, right? And that Dad was actually bullying me. And that's why I thought that I had to tell you about it. You always told me to tell you if anyone was ever bullying me, remember?
Of course, dear. You've done very well to tell me about all of this. I really am so proud of you. Thank you so much for telling me about this. I really do mean that.
But Mom, I don't want to be in this house anymore. I want to be with you and my baby brother. I hate being here where everyone is so mean.
Right. I'm so sorry, dear. I can't help but think that it's partially my fault you ended up in this situation. I really do hope that you can forgive me for not being there for you more.
Mom, you shouldn't say that this is your fault. It's not your fault at all. And it certainly isn't my baby brother's fault either. Grandma and Dad are the ones being mean here.
You're right, Daphne. Anyways, I'm going to go and pick you up right now. You won't have to stay there any longer. Just get your bags ready, okay?
Hey there, Daphne. Where are you? Daddy just got back from his vacation and I can't find you anywhere. Are you up playing or something right now?
Hi, Dad. I'm actually at Grandma and Grandpa's house right now.
Really? But I thought that I've looked everywhere for you and I can't find you anywhere. Are you trying to play hide and seek with me or something like that?
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. I'm not at that Grandma and Grandpa's house. I'm at the other one.
Wait, what? What do you mean the other grandma and grandpa's house? I'm afraid I'm not following.
Well, I don't think of the Grandma and Grandpa over there as my grandparents anymore. After all, Grandma said that I'm not even part of the family, remember? So now I'm with my real grandparent.
So you're telling me that you're with your mom's parents right now then? I don't get it though. They live so far from here. How did you manage to get all the way over there?
Well, yesterday Grandma and Grandpa came to pick me up from here. They knew I was here alone because I told Mom that you all left me behind. They told me that I could go home and stay with them and Mom for a while.
Wait a second. You told your mom everything?
Yeah, I did. And she got really mad when I did.
Right, well, Daphne, I am very, very sorry for leaving you behind, and I shouldn't have done that. But I hope you realize that I didn't have any choice. I mean, it was your grandma's decision, and we have to listen to what she says.
But I told you that I didn't even want to go and stay with them in the first place. I thought that it was just going to get to be the two of us taking care of the house together while Mom was away.
I know, but you know how bad I am at doing the chores, don't you? I can't really function without someone around the house to do things for me. I really don't think that you have that much fun if it was only the two of us.
So basically you're saying that you would rather sacrifice your daughter's happiness just so that you wouldn't have to do any work around the house? And you didn't even speak up for your own little girl when your mom was saying all kinds of horrible things to her?
Oh, wait a second. Is this Francine?
That's right. And I know about all that you've put our poor little girl through. Could you do that to her, Lant? I thought that you were a better father than that. How could I have been so wrong?
No, wait, hold on. You do have it wrong, I swear. Of course I love our daughter. Well, you know my mom. She has to have things her way.
I don't want to hear it from you. I know all that I need to know about you after this.
Wait, no, please. I can come over and see you right now. Please, I haven't even met my son.
And you never will. It's clear that you don't think of us as your family, and if that's how you feel, then fine. The three of us can be more than happy by ourselves, and we don't need or want you around.
Oh, Sasha, hey there. How's it going? I bet that you're looking pretty pregnant right about now, aren't you?
Hey there, Donna. Yes, I'd say I've gotten pretty big now. The baby bump is certainly noticeable. For anyone with eyes, really.
Well, I heard that you were really nervous about how you were going to raise the child. I even heard that you were asking your mother-in-law for help or any tips that she might be able to give you.
That is very true. I did go to her and ask for some help with this. I mean, this is my first child after all, so I just feel like there are going to be so many things that I don't know. But thankfully, Linda listened to all of my worries and was very good at calming me down and making me feel better.
I see. Well, yeah, I guess that she would be pretty good at that, considering the fact that she's been a mom for decades now. But you could have also come to me and asked for advice too. I'm also a mom, don't you know? Besides, we're basically like sisters, so there's no need to feel embarrassed about asking for a little friend's advice, right? I mean, after all, I'm your brother-in-law's wife. We're basically family, don't you think?
I really do appreciate you offering to help me when I'm nervous, Donna. But I actually really just happened to be visiting Linda when I asked her. It wasn't like I went out of my way to ask her advice specifically.
Wait, hold on a second. Just how often are you meeting with Linda?
Well, I guess pretty often now that I think about it. I mean, you know how easily sick I get, right? Well, she actually comes over to my house pretty often to help me keep the place clean and running. And so I guess we do actually end up spending quite a bit of time together like that and just talk about whatever is on our minds.
Is she coming over to your place because of how often you get sick? Doesn't that make you worried about your pregnancy at all? I mean, are you worried that your condition might affect the baby or something?
Yes, of course I'm nervous about that. I get so worried about my baby. So, I have done all I can to follow the doctor's advice as close as possible in trying to do this the right way.
Wow, I see. I guess I never knew just how fragile your body really was. I mean, you know that I've had 5 kids by this point, right? I never had any problems with a single one of them. They all just popped right out.
See, I really think that's incredible if I can be honest with you. I mean, not only did you go through pregnancy 5 times, but now that your husband has been living away for business, you're raising all 5 of them by yourself. I really just have to come out and tell you that I have nothing but respect for being able to do all of that. I'm really not sure if I could handle it.
I guess you are right about that. I am pretty great now that I think about it, aren't I? Besides, you know all the news about people having less kids, right? I just figure that I'm doing my part to make up the difference is all. Which reminds me, I meant to ask you, just how many kids do you think you and your husband are going to have in the end?
Oh, well, for now, we're just thinking of having one kid. I don't think we'd want any more than that. And of course, there's my physical health to be worried about as well.
Wait, what? Are you serious? You're really only thinking of having one kid? But that's crazy talk.
Is it really that bad? I mean, did you even know that you were going to want 5 kids before you had them all?
Oh, well, I suppose when you put it that way then now. I didn't really expect this. I always thought that I would only be having a couple of kids. But then all of a sudden, I got pregnant a 3rd time, and before you knew it, I had 5 kids.
So then after the 2nd kid, the ones after that just sort of came along?
Basically, yes. It wasn't that I didn't want to have them, but by the time I got pregnant, I figured, what the heck? Why not go through with it?
Wow, that is just... I really don't know if I could do something like that, you know?
Really? Is it that big of a deal? Just what is it about having a kid that makes you so nervous? You know that you can ask me anything you want about the process. I've gone through it quite a bit at this point.
I guess I'm just kind of worried about what I'll do when I go back to work and don't see my kid until I come home. And about how much money I should be putting away for them for their future. And then, of course, there are all kinds of insurance things to worry about. I guess really when it all boils down to it, most of what I'm worried about is money. How do you do it with 5 kids if you don't mind my asking? I mean, no offense, but I can't imagine that it's cheap to raise so many little people, right?
Yeah, it isn't cheap for sure. That's why I don't really bother with any of those funds or savings or putting away things for the future.
Oh, really? You mean you haven't really thought ahead for any of your children at all?
I just think that parenting should be an unplanned and spontaneous kind of thing that gets decided right then and there. I don't really see the point in worrying about something that might not even end up happening in the future, you know?
Well, I guess that makes some sense. But what happens if there is some kind of emergency where you need funds right away? You really can never know what's going to happen, especially with that many children, right?
Nah, it really is all fine. I mean, kids go out and play and they get hurt and then they get better. I just let them raise themselves, basically.
I see. Well, what about college? Do you ever think of that? Or what if one of your kids needs special tutoring or has some expensive camp or activity that they want to try doing?
Meh, I think kids find ways to entertain themselves, you know? You don't need to get them anything too fancy. And as for college, I really don't see what you need that for. I mean, the state says you're an adult at 18, so I think my children should be able to take care of themselves by then. They'll be old enough.
You really think that your children are going to be ready to live on their own right when they turn 18?
Yeah, of course. I mean, they would have basically been raised taking care of themselves, so it'll be an easy transition, really. I guess I'm really just a kind of go-with-the-flow person who really doesn't try to get upset when it comes to raising my kids. Does that make any sense?
So you really don't get mad at your kids for anything? Don't you think there are some things that are maybe worth getting upset at your children for? I mean, how do you teach them that they've done something wrong if they can't see that you're upset?
I don't really think it's my job as their parent to do all that stuff. I think our main job is just to have the kids, and after that, they're on their own. I mean, why else do I pay taxes for schools if not so they can raise my children for me, right? Besides, I don't really see any laws saying that it's my job to do anything more than feed and clothe them, really.
Sure, but I mean, okay, well, do your kids study well in school?
I would have to say no, given some of the report cards that I've seen. And I never ever see them doing any homework either.
So then, don't their teachers at school get mad at them for not doing their work?
No, I don't really think their teachers get mad at them for anything. I mean, who even cares about homework, really? You know what I mean? Did you know that in other countries, they don't even have homework? Everyone knows that it's just busy work to keep children preoccupied anyways. So I just let my kids play and enjoy their life instead.
So then, if one of your kids did come to you and say that they wanted to go to college, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that they are free to make that choice if that's what they want. And then I would tell them to get a job and start saving up for it, because it isn't going to be cheap.
I see. I guess I just always thought it was parents' jobs to try and give their children as many opportunities as possible. So rather than just letting them run around doing whatever they want, you can help guide them towards a future they would want.
Hold on a second. Just what are you trying to say here? Are you trying to imply that I don't care about what happens to my kids?
No, of course not. But it just seems to me that maybe there's not a lot of planning when it comes to them. I mean, you said yourself that you don't save any money for them.
And just who do you think you are to be telling me how I should be raising my kids, huh? I mean, you haven't even had any kids. I don't remember ever asking advice from you anyways. Where do you get off trying to critique how I raise my family?
I'm really sorry, Donna. I didn't mean to upset you or anything like that. I guess I'm just realizing that we have very different outlooks on life. But you've given me a lot to think about, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you for talking to me about all of this. Hey, Donna, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that your kids are all at my house. Do you have any idea what this is about? I don't really remember you saying anything about them coming over.
What are you talking about? Of course I told you that they were going to go over and stay with you for a bit. I'm giving you a little taste of parenthood before you have to deal with the real thing.
I'm sorry, what? I feel like I'm not quite following along. Are you really serious about that?
Well, you were the one who came to me, so worried about being a parent, remember? So I just thought that I'd give you a little taste is all.
I see, but having to take care of all 5 of your children isn't going to make me any less worried about having my own. Besides, taking care of 5 kids all of a sudden is way too much for me. Can you please just come and get them?
Oh, please, what are we talking about? This is going to be a walk in the park for you. After all, you were confident enough about everything to not even come to me for advice first, right?
But the last time that you and I talked about parenting, you just got really mad at me.
Well, that's because you were completely ignoring the advice I was giving you. So since you're that confident, why don't you prove to everyone that you're as good a parent as you say?
I never really said I was a good parent or a bad parent. I'm really sorry if that's what you got from our talk. All I was saying was that I think our views are maybe a little too different from our parent styles to really have much overlap.
But you don't even have a parenting style yet. Besides, you were acting like you know what was best for my children. So why don't you go on and take care of them and prove that to me then? And if you do a good job, then I won't ever try and tell you how to raise a child ever again.
I'm sorry, but I really don't think I need to go through any of this just to please you.
Are you forgetting who you are in this family? I'll remind you that I'm married to your husband's older brother. That puts me in charge of you, and you have no right to tell me no when I ask you to do these things. Now, you are going to watch my children, and that is that. It's only going to be for a few days anyway.
Hold on a second. You're going to leave all 5 of your kids here for a few days?
Well, yes, they're all on summer break, and I told you that I don't sign them up for camps. But I have to go and put them somewhere. So I thought this would be the perfect plan.
No, you can't do this. I mean, my husband just left for a business trip and I'm at home all by myself.
Oh, yes. I know all about that. That's why I chose today to send them over.
But there won't be a moment of peace and quiet around here the whole time that they are here. I told you that I need to keep myself calm so that I don't overexhaust myself while pregnant.
Oh, please. You just want everyone to treat you with kid gloves just because you're pregnant. Well, I'm telling you that I've done it 5 times and I never asked anything of anyone. You should be thankful that I'm giving you this chance before you have a child of your own.
Please, Donna, I seriously just won't be able to do this. They are making a huge mess of the house already. Some of your kids are throwing our belongings all over the place. Shouldn't they know better than to do this to someone else's house?
Well, you know that kids will be kids, right? I mean, they're just having a little fun is all. This just goes to show that you need more experience raising them, so you can start to learn with my kids. Oh, Sasha, I just wanted to check on you since it's been a few days. How are things going for you? Shall I come over and pick them up?
You weren't even at home this whole time, were you? I tried calling you a bunch of times, but you weren't picking up.
Well, I figured since I finally had the house to myself that I would take a little vacation with some friends. I had a lovely time. It was just the break I needed from being such a busy mom.
So you left your children at someone else's house so that you could take a trip with your friends? Well, I hope you had fun.
Well, when you're a hardworking mom like me, sometimes you just need a break. I'm sure you'll find out about all that eventually. But anyways, I'm just glad that we're both able to give each other an important experience like this. I hope you enjoyed taking care of my children while I was away.
No, actually, I'm afraid I had to give up on that rather early. It was just doing a number on my body and I couldn't handle all the craziness going on in my house.
Wait a second. So you're telling me that you didn't watch my kids?
That's exactly what I'm telling you right now, yes.
But, wait, what? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Where are my kids then? What did you do with them, huh?
Well, I took your kids to go stay with their Grandma Linda, of course. I told you that I just couldn't handle them here.
You sent all of my kids to go be with our mother-in-law? Why would you do that?
Because I called her and told her what was going on and that I couldn't handle dealing with all your kids. Then Linda said that she would take care of them for me.
You've got to be kidding me. So you're telling me that for the past few days, all of my kids have been with Linda and not you?
That's right. I just knew that I had to send them away since I was pregnant. But I've heard that they were also acting up terribly in front of Linda as well. They even broke several glass things, tore up the carpets, and even destroyed some art in her house.
Did my kids really do all of that? I had no idea at all.
Well, I think even Linda tried to be patient with them at first, but ended up having to call in her husband for help. You did know that Frank used to be a drill sergeant in the military, right? Anyways, I guess the two of them got angry with your children and tried to set them right.
Oh no, this is really bad. This wasn't supposed to happen. I have to go and pick up my children right now.
Yeah, I suppose Linda and Frank are probably wondering whose fault it is that their grandchildren are like that. You three will probably have plenty to talk about when you get there.
But why would they think that it's all my fault? Were you talking poorly about me to them or something?
Oh, I didn't have to do anything of the sort. I think that they figured out just whose fault it is all on their own. After all, why else would all your kids be running around as if they had never even heard of the word manners? But you didn't care about that either way. You just wanted to take your trip, which I was also sure to tell Linda about.
How could you do this to me? I just wanted to give you a chance at raising some kids. I was trying to be friendly.
Is that really what you call being friends? Because it certainly didn't seem that way to me. And I have to say that I didn't learn anything from that experience either. You just dropped off your kids without warning and expected me to be your free babysitter. Well, I heard from Linda that she told you to never talk to her again. I was also talking to my husband, and he said that we should probably keep our distance as well.
But then, that's the whole family. They're all against me now. I can't believe this is happening to me.
Yeah, it sounds like Linda and Frank were really furious with you. I mean, did you even apologize to them?
Of course I apologized to them. The moment they opened the door when I arrived to get my kids, I said I was sorry. But you should have seen the way Linda was looking at me. Her eyes were so cold, and you could tell she was blaming everything on me.
I even heard that Linda called your husband and told him all about what had happened.
It's true, and no, he's not going to be coming back from his business trip this weekend. But he said that he's going to go and stay with his parents for a while.
So I guess if you want to see him, you'll have to deal with all three of them lecturing you, huh? Although I hope you understand how you did this to yourself. Your husband went away on that trip hoping that he could count on you to take care of your family, and you just let the kids do whatever you want.
Shut up. You don't know what it's like to deal with 5 kids. You don't know what I've been through.
Well, whatever it was that you have been through, I hope you at least managed to release some stress while you were on your vacation.
Oh, just stop it already, will you? Did you know that I might get divorced because of you? I even hear that I might lose custody of my children.
Well, who knows? Maybe that might be the best. I mean, someone has to teach those children to behave. Not only that, but those kids need someone who is going to think about their future and make sure they have opportunities when they grow up.
But I gave my children all the opportunities they can have to do whatever they want. How is that any different from what someone else would do?
You know, I thought I respected you because of how many kids you had. I thought that surely you were having them responsibly and making sure to take care of them all. But now I understand that you have got to be one of the worst mothers I have ever seen. I mean, you hardly even do any parenting at all. But at least it sounds like we won't have to be dealing with you for very much longer. Whatever happens, though, I just hope that your children get the chances at a good life that you might have taken from them.
No, this isn't fair. I thought that we were friends. We're sister-in-laws. You can't just do this to me. You can't just leave me like this, please. I don't have anyone else on my side. I need you right now. Can't you see that?
Hey, Sarah, are you there? I just wanted to talk about the lunch you packed for me today. Don't you think it's a little, well, awful?
Wait, what? You think the lunch that I packed for you was awful? How so? What didn't you like about it? Was something rotten or just really bad tasting or something?
No, not really anything like that, really. I was just thinking that you used an awful lot of frozen things, didn't you?
Oh. Did I really? I guess I wasn't aware that I was doing that. And you're telling me that you don't want me to put frozen foods in your lunch from now on?
Well, it's not that, but this whole meal is basically entirely made up of stuff from the freezer, don't you think? I just wish that you would have put a little more thought and care into what you were serving me is all.
Well, I'm really sorry you don't like your lunch, Chuck. But I just didn't really have time to make anything else. I mean, you know that I started working today, and so I just don't have time in the mornings like I used to.
I get that. But if this is what you're going to be packing me from now on, I think you had better make some time. I mean, do you really need so much time in the morning to get ready for work? Is it really that big of a deal?
Well, it was only my first day today, so I wanted to make sure that I had time to look nice and show up at the office a little early. I mean, I want my new coworkers and boss to think that I'm a good employee who is motivated about this job.
I guess, but I mean, they've already hired you, right? So it's not like they're going to be firing you anytime soon unless you make some huge mistake. Besides, you were already doing the same job part-time before they gave you a promotion to full-time. Are you sure you're not just being a bit overdramatic with all of this?
Look, I just really like my company, and I think they are really earnest about their message. I mean, the person who started the company, my current boss, used to be a working housewife as well. She wanted to start the company to help women get into the workforce and create a career path that takes into account what it means to be a woman and wife. I really respect my boss and the company. You know that.
Well, look, all I'm asking is that you don't get all caught up in this new position of yours, okay? I mean, this lunch is already giving me enough reason to worry. I don't want you slacking on anything else. And just know that if having a full-time job like me ever gets too difficult for you, you can always quit and go back to being a full-time housewife again.
Chuck, what has gotten into you? What is this conversation even about, huh? I mean, are you really so opposed to me having a job? I thought you said you wouldn't mind if we both worked.
Of course you can work. I never said that you wouldn't be allowed to work or anything like that. I'm just saying that before your job, you should be caring about your family and making sure they're taken care of first, right? Besides, you're getting old, and I'm wondering how you're going to be concentrating on the family and your job. I mean, just how long are you going to make this job the center of your life?
Chuck, I can assure you now that my job is not going to take over my life. In fact, my job is very encouraging of mothers and expecting mothers, if you must know. Besides, this way we can save up more for when we retire. You care about that, don't you? What if Jake wants to go to college out of state or something? You know how expensive that's going to be.
Right. Well, I guess we do need to put aside some money for the children, but I think that you really ought to be worrying about my lunch before anything.
Chuck, I am not a personal chef or anything like that, okay? I do worry about making sure that your needs are being taken care of. But the fact of the matter is that I just have less time now. It's not a measure of how much I care, okay?
Well, either way, it doesn't change the fact that you're still trading my quality of life for your ability to work.
I'm sorry, but I think that you should be just a little more grateful about the fact that I have been making your lunch every day now. If you really don't like what you're eating for lunch now, however, then I guess I can just give you a bit of money to buy your own lunch.
So you're really just going to stop making lunches for me entirely then? Wow. I just really can't believe that that's how bad things have gotten for us.
I'm sorry, but I really don't think that you have much room to complain. I've explained to you the situation and offered an alternative. Besides, our son has no problem at all with what I pack him. He has never told me that my lunches are nasty. You're the only one who ever complains about the things that I do and how I do them.
Oh, please. You're really going to try and compare me to a child? He'd eat anything you put in front of him. How can you be serious about that?
Well, it works fine for me. I mean, if you really have something to complain about, then why don't you try cooking your own lunch?
Why are you acting like this is such a big deal? I'm not complaining. I'm just voicing my opinion, that's all. Of course I'm thankful that you make lunches for me. I was just saying that I thought there were quite a few frozen foods in here.
Oh, really? Because I don't think I've heard you say once that you're thankful for what I do. And you never ever complimented my lunches either, even before I started this job.
Right, well, what did you have in mind for us for dinner tonight?
I was going to bake some chicken and serve it with rice and some vegetables. Does that suit your need?
Well, if I'm being honest with you, it sounds like another lazy meal, really.
Are you kidding me? What about that is lazy? How is that not enough for you? It's a protein, a grain, and vegetables. That's a whole meal.
Right, but I mean, you're just going to put the rice, vegetables, and chicken next to each other on a plate and just serve it to me like that, right? Besides, you said that you were going to bake the chicken? So basically, you're not even really cooking anything. You're just making the oven do all the work.
What on earth are you talking about? How do you think cooking is done? Am I not cooking for use fire that comes from the gas stove?
I think that you're just purposely not trying to see my point. All I'm saying is that I wish you would put a little more care into the food that you make for me.
And I am telling you that we are both working now and am asking you for some patience and understanding. Did you really think that nothing was going to change at all now that we're both working? I mean, this is my first day at work and you're already complaining so much. You know that I'm going to come home tired and full of new information today, right?
Okay, geez, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have said anything if I knew you were going to make such a big deal about all of this. I guess I just thought that you could handle the responsibility without sacrificing everything that I had gotten used to before you were working.
Are you kidding me right now, Chuck? We literally talked about this before I started this job. I told you that I wouldn't be able to do all of the chores around the house like I used to. You told me that you would be there to help me out if I needed it. We agreed that we would split most of the work. I thought that you were ready for this.
I know, but well, I thought that I wouldn't have to do anything. That's why I agreed to it. Besides, you get home before I even do. I don't see why you can't just get things done before I get home.
I really hope that you're not serious about that, Chuck. Are you really going to try and tell me that you didn't mean any of what you said? I don't mind doing something like cooking before you come home to make sure that we all have dinner. But I'm not going to be able to clean the house and do the laundry beforehand. I need your help for that.
But that isn't fair. I don't get why I should have to do that work just because you couldn't get it done on time.
That is not what I am even talking about. It can be so infuriating even trying to discuss this with you. But anyways, my lunch break is almost over and I have some training documents that I need to look over before the break ends. I have to get back to work now. We'll talk about this later.
You can't just walk away from this conversation. We still have to figure out who's going to do the laundry. I'm telling you now that if you won't be able to handle a joke like this, just ask for part-time.
Hey, Chuck, are you there? We need to talk, like, right now. I thought I asked you to hang up the laundry. So why isn't it up yet, and why have you already left the house?
Wait, what? What do you mean? Did you really tell me to do that? I'm not so sure about that.
Well, I am. I asked you to do it. I know that I did.
Are you really sure about that? I don't remember you asking me anything like that whatsoever, really. But anyways, I've already left the house, so I don't really see the point of this conversation when you could just be doing it.
You didn't do anything around the house at all that I asked you to do. What is the matter with you, Chuck?
Well, I don't know what you want me to do about it. It isn't my fault. I mean, even if you did ask me, I just forgot, okay? I mean, are you really going to blame me for that? Besides, today's our day off and you're back home already now, right? So I just don't get why you just can't do it.
Oh, I am going to do it because we need to have dry laundry to put on. But you get that this is bigger than the laundry, right? I thought I told you that I needed more help with chores around the house. You told me that you were going to do it. I was counting on you doing it.
But you're home right now. Why can't you just do it? But come on. You know you're better at that stuff than me.
How can you say that when Jake is a literal child and he still does a much better job helping me than you do? I mean, he even went out to do some of the grocery shopping for me and even helped me cook dinner, too.
Well, he's just a student. He's got nothing but time on his hands anyways. In fact, you know what? If Jake is so much better than me, you can just count on him for everything. After all, when he's in college, he'll be living on his own. So it'd be good for him to learn these things.
That's honestly not a bad idea, given how much more useful Jack is around the house than you are. Did you know that I don't even have to pack lunches for him anymore?
And just what are you trying to get at with that little comment, huh?
Well, do you remember the day that you went out golfing? Jack stayed home all day and helped me clean the house then. And just what do you think we're going to do when I'm too old to take care of the house by myself, huh?
Well, we'll just get Jack's wife to do all the cooking and cleaning for us then, of course.
Do you even think before you send these messages, Chuck? Why are you always trying to get someone else to do your work for you? I mean, I work and do my best to take care of the house, and you still won't try to help out at all.
Here we go again. I knew that you should have just stuck with that part-time job in the first place.
Well, I'm happy that I'm working full-time, thank you very much. And just why don't you want me working anyways?
Already told you. Now you're concentrating way too much on your job and letting this house fall apart.
Do you really think that our house is anywhere near falling apart, Chuck? Because if you do, then the only person you can blame is the one not hauling their own weight around here. You!
But, I mean, you two are so much better than it than me.
And be that as it may, I have explained to you now that I'm working. I just don't have time to do all that work now. So, if you want something done around the house, then you can do it.
No, I won't do them. You were going to do them for me. Now you have some free time, so you can do all the chores. Besides, if I do them, you're just going to have to do them again anyways.
Are you really so against just doing a little bit of work around the house to help out your wife and son?
I don't even know how to use the vacuum cleaner. You expect me to be doing things like the laundry?
Are you kidding me with that? I really don't believe that you don't even know how to use the vacuum. But I've offered to show you how to do everything that you'll need to know.
Even if you have time to teach me all of that, then you might as well just do all of the work yourself. It would just be faster that way, don't you think?
I really don't even know what to say to you anymore. But I've just about had enough out of you, and I'm going to get back to cleaning the house.
Well, that's what you should have been doing this whole time anyways. And since you have so much time on your hands anyway, why don't you make something good for dinner too? And by that I mean, put some actual effort into it, okay? If you don't, I'll make you cook it all over again. If you want to keep your full-time job, you'll do as I say and keep the house clean, got it? And if you can't do that, then I will force you to go back to working part-time. Hey, Sarah, where are you? Have you still not gotten home from work yet? I can't find Jack anywhere either. Where are the two of you? What's going on here?
Jack is at the library studying right now, Chuck. And I told you this morning that I was going to have an appointment at the beauty salon, so that's where I am now. I shouldn't be much longer before I'm on my way home.
Wait, what? Why are you wasting money going to some beauty salon? What is the matter with you?
What is the matter with me? What are you talking about? Why are you reacting like this? What's wrong with me going there? I'm getting my roots touched up and getting a little haircut. Is that really so bad?
But why can't you do all that at home? Why do you have to waste our money paying someone else to do that for you?
Because I work full-time and meet with clients for a living. I want to make sure that I look presentable for all of that. If you really are trying to tell me that I'm not even allowed to maintain my own appearance, then I don't even know what to say.
I just would like to know why you think that you have to look good for anyone who isn't your husband. I mean, just where are you going around with that new haircut, huh? Also, the house is looking horrible. Did you two do any cleaning at all today? I'm going to be going out drinking, and the house better be clean by the time I get back tonight. Do I make myself clear?
Did you really just send that message? Just who in the world do you think you are, huh?
What do you mean, who do you think I am? I think that I'm your husband, and what I say goes, got it? Now you're going to get back here and clean up the house like I am ordering you to. And after that, you and I are going to talk about having you quit your job and getting my mom involved and training you how to be a good wife. I know that if my mom could see the way that you take care of our house, that she would be appalled at you.
Are you sure about that? Because the one who helped clean the house today was your mom, actually. And here I thought that she did a really good job, actually. I guess I should call her and let her know that you weren't happy at all with how she did it, though. I'll tell her you want her to come back and do it all again.
Wait. What do you mean it was my mom who was doing all the cleaning? You mean she came over and helped sort the house out?
That's right. I talked to her and told her about how you were never happy with the way that I cleaned the house. So she offered to come over and clean. She came around the afternoon, but surely you're not telling me that you're not happy with the job your mom did, right?
Well, Actually, you know what? Now that you mention it, things do look pretty clean. I guess maybe it was just bad lighting. It is late and all. Maybe my eyes were tired or something. I don't know.
No, you clearly hate the job she did. So I'll tell her to come back and do it all over again.
Please don't do that. I'm sorry, okay? I shouldn't have said that.
No, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have treated me all the way that you have been the last few weeks because I am sick of it. You said that you would have no problem with me working, and now all you do is try and control my life, and I am sick of it! I'm going to come home after my hair is done, pack up my bags, and leave you.
Sarah, please. It's been a whole week. When are you going to come back?
Why would I ever do that, huh?
Oh, my mom told me all about what I was doing wrong. My mom told me all about how hard it is to keep a house clean, especially when you have to worry about working.
So you're telling me that she told you what I had been going through?
That's right, I had no idea about just how difficult all of it was. I swear. Had I known, I never would have acted that way.
Well, you certainly weren't making it any easier with how insulting you were being towards me, you know?
I know, but you aren't really going to divorce me, are you? I mean, we're both way too old for that. And we still have our son to worry about.
Oh, please. You would have it so that I was never working and always having to be reliant on you for money. Except for the fact that you and I both know that you don't even make enough money to take care of all of us.
But I'll do something about the money, okay? I can find a second job.
Are you kidding me? Are you telling me that your mom talked about how difficult it is to keep a house running? And all you can think of is that you'll earn more money so that you can force me back into the home? Why can't you just help me clean the house?
Because I hate doing chores. I hate doing them so much. So please, won't you quit your job, move back in, and just clean the house like you always used to do?
I can't believe that you're really asking me to do this. This is honestly just pathetic, Chuck. Are you really so scared of cooking for yourself?
But I hate cooking most of all. I really have no idea how to do it, and everything I make tastes awful. Please, Sarah, I need you. Can't you see that?
Oh, I know very well that you need me. But the fact is that I also know that I don't need you. Goodbye, Chuck. I hope that at the very least this teaches you to take care of yourself.
Hey there, Marie. I heard that you and my brother finally found a place where you both want to move into. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess you've already heard the big news then. But Randy and I were going to be moving into our new house next month. Isn't that exciting? We hope that you and all your family can come and visit us there as soon as we have everything unpacked and cleaned up.
Oh, we just love to do that, but I heard that your new house is going to be pretty far from Randy's work. Is that true?
Yeah, it is going to be just a little far for Randy, unfortunately. But it's just such a good house that neither of us were considering not snatching it up when we saw it. It's only a few years old and also seems perfect for us since we have pets.
I see. Well, I really am glad that you two are so pleased with what you found then. That's great news. I guess that means that you didn't like the houses that I sent over as suggestions when you were still looking?
Well, Randy was the one who was looking into the houses that you sent. But then he started looking into the neighborhoods they were located in, and they didn't seem so great. And I guess I'm just a bit of a scaredy cat, so I asked that we live somewhere else. But thank you so much for wanting to help us with our search. It really did mean a lot that you wanted to give us a hand.
No, I am so sorry that I didn't do better research and just sent you what I thought looked nice and in your price range. I didn't bother to do any further reading about the neighborhoods or schools or anything like that.
Well, it really isn't a problem at all now that we found the new house that we're going to live in. I'm just so happy that the search is finally over and we found the place that we want to live.
Speaking of, I guess this means that you two are going to have to really start nailing down those wedding plans then, right? I heard through the grapevine that you were having some trouble finding a venue for the wedding, though.
Yeah, we were having a bit of trouble, but we finally managed to find a spot and put in reservations.
Oh, really? So then you two did end up finding a spot to have your wedding as well?
Well, you remember that one spot that I was talking to you about the last time that we met up, don't you?
I remember you telling me that more than any other place in the world, you wanted to get married there.
Exactly, that place.
But you also told me that it was really popular and might be impossible to ever get a reservation in on time.
I know, and I really did think that it was going to be too difficult to do that. But I just didn't give up. I called them a couple times a week to ask about any cancellations, and then finally a space opened up.
So then you basically just kept hounding them until there was an availability?
I mean, basically. But you have to be persistent if you want a reservation at this place. So, one day, I called them and they said there were some open dates right around when we were wanting to get married. So I booked a day right away.
Wow, well, good for you. It sounds like things are really starting to come together for you and Randy then, aren't they?
I sure hope so. I mean, these all seem like good signs to me. But man, it has been so difficult trying to nail everything down.
I mean, it's been a while since I felt like I was fighting this hard for bookings and open houses and all these stuff.
I see. Well, you know that you can always ask me for a little help if you need it. I'm more than willing to give a hand if you need it.
Thank you so much. I mean, you really don't know how much it means to have someone that I can talk to about all of this. And since you offered, I really just might end up taking you up on that. I really am glad that I have such a great sister-in-law like you that I can always count on. Thanks again for everything.
Oh, don't make me blush. You know that I'm just happy to be there for you when you need me. Just let me know if there's anything else you might need. By the way, does that mean that you've officially booked and paid for the wedding venue? I assume so, since you were so set on getting a date there.
I'm actually going to call them in a week to try and finalize everything. I didn't have all the money I would need to make the booking when I made the reservation a week ago.
I see. Well, yeah, that sounds like you still might have a lot on your plate for the time being then. Maybe best to get back home and think all of this through so it all goes along smoothly. I had one friend who just kind of rushed their wedding plans without stepping back to think about the wider picture and the larger plan, and they ended up with a very expensive ceremony that they were only okay with.
Oh, I see. Well, that is a good point then. I don't want to dig myself into a hole that I won't be able to get out of. You're right. I guess there is still quite a bit that I need to think about. But I'm really glad that you came to me so that I could talk to you about all of this.
Of course, it's my pleasure. I know that there are probably a million things going on inside of your head right now, so it can be hard to keep everything straight. But for now, you've gotten your dream wedding venue booked, and that's a huge check on your to-do list. By the way, is it really true that your wedding day is the same day you and Randy had your first date?
Yes, it is true. But that isn't actually why we chose to go with that date. It just so happened that our schedules happened to match up around that time of year, and then that day happened to be free.
I see, but then again, it would be kind of hard not to go with a date like that, right? I mean, it's just too perfect if you ask me.
I mean, you're very right there. I'd be lying if I said that we didn't know what we were doing at all.
That's great. Well, anyways, my boss is calling me into his office right now, so I think I have to go.
Oh, yes, I guess lunch is almost over, isn't it? I guess I should probably start getting things ready as well.
Of course. So sorry for taking up your lunch break talking about this.
It was no bother at all. I really enjoyed catching up with you and getting to talk about all of this. Thank you for listening and for offering so much helpful advice.
It's my pleasure. I guess we'll talk later then. Have a good day.
Hey, Hilda, are you there? Do you have a second to talk? I was just wondering if I could talk to you about something really quick.
Yeah, sure. What's up? Did you have another wedding question or something?
Well, the thing is that my reservation at that venue I was talking to you about got canceled.
Oh, really? You mean you got a call from there saying that your reservation was gone or something?
Hilda, I am going to ask you straight, so please don't play dumb with me. Were you the one who canceled it?
What? What do you mean by that? I'm sure I have no idea at all what you're talking about. How could you just accuse me of something like that? It doesn't make any sense. I'm shocked that you would even say something like that.
I think the one who is most shocked here is me. I mean, how could you do this to me? When I called them and they said the reservations had been canceled, I asked what phone number they got a call from to do that. And they gave me your phone number, Hilda.
Wait, what? The staff members actually gave you my phone number? What is the matter with them? Don't they know anything about privacy laws? They can't just hand out my personal information like that.
Well, I asked them to help me confirm how many reservations were canceled without my knowing. They gave me your number because it was attached to my file that they had on hand. Thankfully, I won't have to pay any kind of cancellation fee for what you've done. But I can't believe that you would do this to me.
But what other choice did I have? I can't just have you marrying my brother, you know?
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? I don't get it.
I mean that you really think you're good enough to be with someone as cool and smart and handsome as Randy? You're just a fat, ugly nobody. You were never ever going to be accepted into this family. I guess you haven't figured this out yet, but Randy basically only dates fat, ugly girls like you to make himself feel better.
No, that can't be right. You're lying to me.
You really think that me, his sister, who has seen every girl Randy has brought home, is lying to you about this? No, it's the truth. You never stood a chance of actually joining our family, so you might as well just cancel your engagement with Randy right now.
But I can't do that.
So you mean to tell me that even though you know your fiancé's sister is against your marriage, you're still going to try and go through with it? You really are a troublesome woman, do you know that? Honestly, I would be impressed if it wasn't so obnoxious.
You know, I've always felt that way. Like I wasn't good enough to be with Randy. I never could see what he saw in me. But the fact of that matter is that I want to marry him and he wants to marry me, and that's all that matters.
Of course that's not all that matters. I won't let you two get married. You'll see.
What do you mean? How on earth do you think you're going to stop us from getting married?
Because I'll stop at nothing to make sure that your wedding doesn't happen. It isn't fair. You don't deserve to be happy, and you don't deserve to be in my family. So you can count me out of your wedding. Do you understand? And just how do you think Randy is going to act when he learns that his own sister isn't going to be at his wedding?
Well, I think that you would really upset him if you did that, actually.
That's kind of the whole point, Marie. I am going to show my brother that a woman like you is just going to make him sad. And then every day, he'll start to love you less and less, until your marriage is nothing but a sham. And then he'll have hopefully realized what a mistake he's made being with you, and then he'll finally leave your fat ass.
I don't get it. Is all this hate for me really just because I'm a heavier person? I mean, do you just want me to lose weight?
It doesn't matter if you lose weight now, you'll still be a fat person at heart. Nothing you ever do will overcome that.
Hilda, that is a really awful way to view people, I think. But I'm afraid that it isn't going to change the way that I feel about your brother. Anyways, I'm going to tell Randy about what you did to our wedding plans.
Fine, go ahead and tell him. See if I care. I'm going to go and tell him that your wedding is off. I'm going to ask him to leave you and find someone better and more well-suited to him. After all, I have plenty of friends that he can pick from.
And do you really think that your brother is just going to go along with all of that?
I think that I'll show my brother the tier of woman he can get with if he wants. And once he realizes how horrible you are in comparison, he'll surely choose to marry someone else. So I wouldn't hold your breath on this wedding happening.
Hilda, are you there? We have seriously got to talk. What is the matter with you? Why would you just send trash to my workplace? That was you again, wasn't it?
What are you talking about this time? Why are you always trying to blame me for all the problems going on in your life?
Are you telling me that this really wasn't you? Because I am seriously thinking of reporting this to the police and they will find out who sent it.
Okay then, go report your little trash problem to the police. Don't waste my time like you're doing now, though.
Now, Hilda, I understand that for whatever reason you really don't seem to like me. But you can't go taking out this weird grudge of yours while I'm at work, okay? It's just unacceptable.
No, you know it's unacceptable, just how unbearable having to deal with you is. Why won't you just leave my brother already? I mean, I heard that you two are legally married now. Did my opposition mean nothing to you? I told you that you two weren't allowed to get married.
And I thought I told you that was something between Randy and I. You don't have a say in whether or not we get married, do you understand? And nothing you say now is going to change anything.
Well, you two better not have your actual wedding, or else there is going to be serious hell to pay. I will make sure that the whole thing comes crashing down around you.
I don't get it, Hilda. I thought that you and I were getting along so well. I really don't know what I did to make you dislike me, but I just wish that we could be adults and talk this out.
Talk this out? I don't ever want to see your face again, let alone talk anything out. I mean, how dare you get married to my brother? No, you and I are never ever going to see each other again.
Are you really sure you want to leave things like this? I mean, I'm sure that Randy would love to talk to you about this as well. I think he's starting to get really confused and upset with you. Don't you at least want to explain yourself to your brother? I mean, I know how close the two of you are and I don't want to ruin that.
Oh, please. If you didn't want to ruin it, then you should have stayed away from him in the first place. Just your existence is ruining what he had together. I knew my brother before you even knew he existed, and yet now you think you can just barge in, marry him, and pretend like it's nothing.
Hilda, is that how you really feel about all of this? Then I really just don't know what to say. But I want you to know that your brother makes me very happy, and I make him happy, and I'm not sure what about that makes you so unhappy.
I don't even care what the two of you do anymore. Just know that I am not going to let you get away with this. And I just want you to know that you're going to look hideous in your wedding dress, and everyone is going to talk about how horrible you look and what an awful couple you are. So enjoy your wedding when everyone is talking behind your back. Hey there, Marie. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry about what happened to your wedding.
Hey, Hilda, sorry. What do you mean by that exactly?
I just mean about your wedding ceremony, you know? I know that my brother said that the whole thing was off, right? But you know that my brother isn't even upset about it? He said that if I wasn't going to be at the wedding, then it wasn't one that he should be having. So I guess that means that you've been officially dumped and left all on your own.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure he just told you that so you would keep quiet and stay out of our way. But we've already had our wedding.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Randy told me yesterday that nothing was going to happen. What do you mean that your wedding already happened?
I mean that it literally just happened. We just wrapped it up right now. Randy figured that you would trust whatever he told you, so he came up with that lie so that you wouldn't interfere with us.
But I don't understand. This isn't making any sense to me. How could this be?
Well, it happened because I told him all about how you canceled our wedding venue reservations and kept threatening to do even more if the two of us got married.
So then, you two really already got married? And you did it today? That still doesn't make sense, though. I mean, our parents left to go abroad just a few days ago. Are you telling me that they weren't there either?
No, the wedding was in Italy and your parents are here with us.
But you mean you all went to go to your wedding in Italy and you left me here all alone?
Yep, not just your parents, though. Plenty of your relatives and mine showed up to help Randy and I celebrate. Of course, I am still upset that we couldn't get the original venue that we wanted, but I'm not about to complain about what we ended up with.
No, this can't be happening. I mean, I thought you had given up on the wedding. I didn't even hear that you made a second reservation for another venue, but now you're telling me it's because you made your plans in Italy?
Yeah, it was a bit last minute, I will admit. And even though I saw so many of our relatives were there, that was basically it. It was a very small ceremony and there couldn't have been more than a couple dozen people.
So then you two went through with it, and everyone knows about it? Randy, Mom, and Dad all lied to me about the wedding and then left without saying a word to me about it?
That's right. We were all really thinking hard about what to do with you. Then your mom told us about how you went through her phone. Something that you do a lot, I guess? To find out when our wedding was going to be happening. So that's when we realized that he just had to keep our plans absolutely secret. And that's when Randy suggested getting married overseas. So we left no traces of texts and did all of our planning and coordination over the phone.
So you all tricked me. You all went this far just to keep me from knowing about the wedding. I thought we were all family here. This wasn't supposed to happen like this. How could you all do this to me?
I asked you to accept that Randy and I were getting married over and over again. But all you did was return that with threats that you would do something to ruin our wedding. You put me into the position where I felt like I couldn't do anything but lie to you. And all your family agreed that it was the best way to keep you from doing anything that would completely embarrass your brother and I. If you don't like what's happened, I'm afraid that you have no one to blame but yourself.
But I don't get it. Randy told me that you two weren't getting married. My own brother lied to me. I've tried texting him, but he isn't reading any of my messages now.
Well, that's probably because him and your parents have all decided to block you while we're here. We just wanted nothing to do with you after all that you've been putting me through. And quite frankly, I'm really not sure if they're going to want to do anything with you when we get back. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have my honeymoon to enjoy. After her parents got back from Italy, they talked to Hilda and told her that they were cutting her out of their lives and never wanted to see her again. They also promised Randy and I not to ever tell Hilda a word about us ever again. We even had to find a new house to move into since Hilda found out where we were planning on going. Although that was a search that I started as soon as I learned that Hilda canceled my wedding venue reservations. As for Hilda, she fell into a deep depression after her family basically all turned their backs on her. I guess she just couldn't bring herself to understand why this was her fault. I can only hope for her sake, though, that one day she realizes the mistake she made. And maybe by the time she does that, all of us will finally be ready to let her back into our lives. Thank you for watching! If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.